Hey everybody, how's it going? So I have some shocking information about Destiny's son. I remember a long time ago, and I could not find the part in the live stream, but these live streams are like, 2 to 4 hours long, where he debated Sargon. And Sargon told Destiny that his politics will radicalize and push people underground and to the extreme opposite end of what he believes. And now it's happening with Destiny's own son. His own flesh and blood is being radicalized exactly opposite to Destiny. And when I mean exactly opposite, I mean still extreme left. Because he is praising the big bad guy from World War II. Now I know leftists have such a hard time understanding that that form of ideology is still extreme left-wing. It's not any different from communism. Both of them have camps. Both of them, for some reason, really hate Jews. Tell me you don't. Yeah, free Palestine, right? Go figure. Anyway, both of them do not like capitalism. They could claim that, the bad guys from World War II there were capitalist without any proof at all. Because, you couldn't own private land. Kristallnacht happened. They kicked out everybody. Only certain people could be a part of the class that could do whatever they wanted. So a vast majority of people in Germany were not allowed to own private property. They had to capitulate to every single thing that the government did. The government owned everything. The government owned the means of production. It's kind of almost exactly like communism. It's wild, isn't it? It's just the only real difference between communists and the bad guys from World War II was the fact that one of them was a lot more race-obsessed. Oh, so that's what it takes to make... Anything that's just race-obsessed is just right-wing, right? Even though that, historically, that doesn't even make sense. Look at the KKK. Look at anybody else, really. Back in just the early 1900s. Okay, actually mid-1900s. 1940s, 1950s. There was apparently a party switch in the 1960s. Which I just don't believe. What I think happened was they created a uniparty. They had some people go that were Republican, that were originally Democrat, into the Republicans. And then some Republicans went over to the left, and then they kind of intermingled. But there's no evidence that there was a full-fledged party switch. That's just stupid. Well, one day people just woke up and they were like, okay, let's just switch. That's it? That's the story you guys want to tell. Yeah, I don't buy into that. That's just ridiculous. Anyway, guys, so at the end of the day, you could see Joe Biden, Hillary Clinton, all those people sitting there praising two KKK members. Biden gave his eulogy in 2010 for Robert Byrd, or was it David Duke? Whichever one of those two. Hillary Clinton said both of those people were her mentors. Both of them were KKK members. Both of them proven, accurate, 100% KKK leaders. I didn't see Trump doing that. So at the end of the day, okay, it's really easy for the extreme left to radicalize everybody else into the extreme left. And there's many different branches. See, the further right you go, the less government you get. You notice how Trump is cutting government down? Imagine if we went more extreme. More government would get cut down. And then we went more extreme, and more government gets cut down. And then we get more extreme. What does that lead to again? Oh, yeah, anarchy. Extreme right is anarchy. That's also a bad thing. We don't want to do that. But obviously, there's not a point where it's like, okay, cut more government, then just all of a sudden get big government like big bad guy from World War II. So, Destiny's son here is absolutely denying the Holocaust. This is great. Let's just listen to this.
And if everyone was a National Socialist,
wow, just boost the volume again.
We could have a much better world.
But what about the fact that they killed 6 million Jews in the Holocaust, though?
Okay.
This guy's laughing. What the What?
6 million. I don't know how much I'm allowed to say here. 6 million. Are we really running with that? Are we doing that? 6 million?
What do you mean? What do you mean? Are we doing that?
Okay. I don't want to get you banned. And if everyone
That's crazy. I mean, that is some crazy stuff. So, Destiny's Son posts, literally, big bad guy from World War II is a hero. Like, this is crazy, crazy stuff. Oh, that's why I had it pulled up in another window. Or the volume pulled down there. Okay, the bad guys from World War II were protecting the West by invading Poland. Okay, so just invade another country. No consent or anything like that. But they were really just protecting them for their own good, right? I don't think that's something anybody can just genuinely decide like that, but whatever. The Reich was a blockade against the USSR and the rest of Europe. They took up all responsibilities of the failing Polish government, and they stated this explicitly multiple times. Big bad guy from World War II is a hero. Now, here's the thing. Russia hadn't invaded Poland. Could you at least wait for maybe that to kind of happen first? Maybe. That probably would have been a good idea, so that's a really, really, really bad take in general. Okay? So, oh yes, Nathan J. Bonnell, the estranged actual, and he is estranged from his father for the most part. Stephen's, son of destiny. It would seem the blighted apple doesn't fall far from the equally blighted tree. I mean, it is just crazy. Now, his X account got banned permanently. So, as you can see, it's gone as of a few days ago. So, oh man, I didn't realize they were from Nebraska. Makes a lot of sense. They're bleak. Yeah. Oh well. Anyway, let's see here. Streaming out. Okay, that. You can always tell when conservatives feel like their political movement is fragile. Okay. That's, I don't know what these pictures have anything to do with what he's talking about. Nathan GG. Okay. I don't understand. What point is this guy trying to make here? Okay. That's a little wild, but whatever, I guess. So anyway, man, streamer Destiny's Son, Nathan Bonnell tree. Yeah, we've seen that. Here's another little debate video
to
here.
Genocide people to form an ethnostate.
Okay, now okay. What?
Would it be justifiable to do that in America today to form an ethnostate?
Yeah.
So you think it's justifiable for America to kill non-whites to form an ethnostate?
As long as they give them ways to leave and then they start forcing them out after a few years, then yeah.
So mass killings, like actually mass killings, give people a time to leave and then all non-whites should be exterminated.
Yep.
That is crazy. Yep. And then they go into talking about his grandma. And he's like, look, I don't want to say what would have to happen because, she's Cuban. That's Destiny's mom, I believe. Cuban. And he would say that, well, that's, just tough. It sucks for her. But the thing about it is America, sitting there saying, like, how dishonest do you have to be? What would you do with the Native American population here? Like, what? Where do we get to leave to? Specifically, Isn't that a little wild? The thing about it is I hate the arguments, like the Richard Spencer, the Nick Fuentes type arguments of an ethnostate in America is completely and totally ridiculous. You want an ethnostate? Go back to Europe. That's where y'all came from. That's the only chance you could have. And I'm fine with people having their ethnostates if they want them. America ain't that place. It's not. You want to make Germany the ethnostate again? I don't care. That's not my country. That's, white people were there. Obviously, I have white in me, clearly. Probably closer to a majority of white than Native American. It's about half and half, but unfortunately, I don't know exactly how much. The fact of the matter is if white people, as a whole, want to have their pure blood, whole white ethnostate thing, they can do it from where they came from. Finland, Iceland, or, well, I guess not Iceland so much. Or maybe, I don't know, maybe Iceland is a part of that. Poland. Anywhere in Europe. Pick a place in Europe. You have like every single place possible. White people came from so many different countries. Seriously, why do you have to go and make other specifically white areas? The United States has never been that. There has always been the Native American and Mexican and, just Latino, whatever, in general, right? Always have been here. You can't just come in here and be like, okay, now we're going to just start cleansing over 200 years later. That's not going to work. That's completely ridiculous. We were here first. I'm totally fine with how we got here, too. Okay? America is the greatest country in the world. We got lucky. Our ancestors had to suffer a lot for that. Now it's the greatest country in the world. I feel like this is the reparations that the Native Americans actually needed. Now we have a very, very, very good country. Now we just need to get Native Americans a little bit off reservations a little more, get them better in the workforce, and get them to stop drinking and beating their wives. That'd be great. And for people who think that that's also bad, like all the leftists who are going to come in and say that, try living on a reservation. Try visiting one. You have no idea. You have no clue how bad it can be. And if you think it's bad here in Oklahoma, which it's actually really not that terrible here in Oklahoma. Believe it or not, Oklahoma's really, really nice. Farmland is abundant here. So reservations are not nearly bone dry like you would imagine. Further west, those reservations are way, way worse. Way worse than Oklahoma, by far. There are bad reservations in Oklahoma. I'm not saying there's not. They are not as bad as New Mexico onward. Absolutely not as bad. That's beside the point, though. In Oklahoma, there's real opportunities, but we need to get those people opportunities as well. But not handouts. Absolutely not. Just giving them cash, it'll never work. It'll just fund their alcohol problem. That's all it'll do. Need to fund work. We need to bring in areas. We need to bring in places like, like what they're doing in Nevada, where they're opening up that whole facility. They started building those a little bit further, closer to the reservations. You'd have a big population of Native Americans who could feel those factory spots. That would help a lot, But anyway, those are the ways that you want to help. You want to make the country better. You want to make the workforce better. But you don't want to give out handouts. Anyway, that's just beside the point. But all of this at the end of the day here, with his son going extreme right-wing, with his son also coming out and saying, because I can't find the post. I think it was, let's see, is this it? The problem is not the internet. Ah, here it is. Okay, thank God. I thought I lost it because I was trying to find it on here. I had it like a day or two ago. This is what I wanted to get to. This is the most important part of the whole video. The problem is not the internet. The problem is my father. The problem is my mother. The problem is that I had to grow up without one concurrent present father in my life while being berated and yelled at by my mom constantly and always being the target of nonstop shaming. It's not my effing job to raise myself. Guys, I want you to keep this in mind. Destiny's kid is 14 years old. He's 14. This is the life he has had to endure. His father never gave a crap. His mother never gave a crap. They only gave a crap about their lifestyles, their money, and their content. That's it. Their son was fortunate enough to be raised by in a rich household, but unfortunate that his father was never there. But my dad made it my job to learn how to become a man without a father. My mom made it my job to become mentally stronger than she, in spite of her constant belittling. I'm just sick of living the way I am. I hate everyone. I don't have any actual friends, only 2. I don't have any plan for my life, and I don't care. I just don't care about anything anymore. It sounds like I'm saying it's everyone's fault but mine because it's everyone's fault but mine. He's correct. If this was an 18-year-old, I'd tell him, hey, life's in your own hands now. You have to move forward. But he's not even 18. He's an underage kid. And this is how he's feeling. This is what he's saying. His father isn't there. His mother isn't there. This is unbelievable, I do not respect my mother. I do not love my mother. I only live with my mother. There are good times, but every good time I have with her is overshadowed by an even worse time. My father isn't even my father, it feels like. No one took any actual time to raise me. F everyone. I agree. Absolutely agree with him. Destiny blocked him from his own Discord, blocked him on Twitter. Destiny would not allow his son in certain Discords and stuff like that. He's literally raising his kid online. It seems to me Destiny's the kind of person who really enjoys playing video games and being online so much that he probably always just told his kid, go play your video games. You know, I'm doing this, you go do that. Not actually spending time with him. Now, I don't know that for a fact, but that's what his son is saying. His son is saying his father wasn't there. His son is saying that his mother was abusive. I mean, this is what happens. This is what happens when your leftist policies of pleasure get in the way of what you're actually supposed to do as a man. This is unbelievable neglect. This is absolutely radicalizing his son against him. And this is the way Destiny treats other people. And we've been telling him this for the past 10 years. That's what happened. Destiny literally treats people the same way that he treats his son. Inconvenient, you're wrong, go away, shut up. That's it. And his parenting reflected his lifestyle. What did you think was going to happen? Sargon, I'm pretty confident warned you that your policies radicalize other people to join other radical groups, either against you or with you. One way or the other, radicalization is what it is. And if you want proof, look at your own son. You did that, Destiny. You did that. You're the only one responsible. You are responsible for this. But of course, he's going to blame it on his MAGA family members, probably. He won't take the blame. But the fact of the matter is, there's not a single family member I have that could ever influence my daughters to be against me. Not a chance. Because I'm actually in my girls' lives. I actually take the time to raise them, hang out with them, do everything with them. When I'm not doing videos, I'm hanging out with them. We're not watching TV. We're not playing video games. In fact, my girls have never even played a video game. And they probably won't for quite a long time. I am more worried about their education and spending time with them. Then when they go to bed, I play video games with a few of my buddies. And practice a lot of guitar. As a matter of fact, I got this sweet pedal board put together now. I'm going to have to do a video over that later on my music channel, which I will be doing. I'm going to be doing some stuff over there. But anyway, guys, that's what happens. That's what happens whenever you're a father who's too obsessed with your own lifestyle and you formed your politics around what it is you want in life, your pleasures. That's what he has done. Now he's reaping what he has sown. So anyway, guys, tell me what y'all think down in the comment section below. Please like, subscribe, and share. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Later.